what archaeologists discovered in Queen Cleopatra's lost tomb terrifies the world. The blasted amethyst. First up, we have the blasted amethyst, one of the most unexplainable scientific discoveries of the last century. Also known as the cursed amethyst or the Delhi purple sapphire, this gem is often held responsible for more than a century of tragedy. Experts believe that the cursed amethyst was stolen from the temple of Indra during the Indian Rebellion of 1857. It was then brought to England by a cavalryman named Colonel W. Ferris, who faced great misfortune after owning the gemstone. He not only lost everything he owned, but also suffered from an illness. Even his son, who inherited the cursed stone, suffered great tragedy, and the same fate struck his friend, who later got ownership of the cursed amethyst. Even decades after that, anyone who dared touch the stone only faced despair and devastation for the rest of their life. Fast forward to 2007, when the amethyst first went on display in London's Natural History Museum, was set within a ring of silver with two scarab beetle beads decorating one end. Currently, many scientists refuse to believe in the stone's curse. However, others have conflicting opinions on the matter. Even today, the blasted amethyst is one of the most mysterious artifacts in the National Museum. Museum curator Richard Savin once said in a History Channel Museum Secrets video that while transporting the stone, we drove through the most amazing storm we'd ever witnessed. Could that simply be a coincidence? The question still remains unanswered. The Christian Cup. In 2020, archaeologists were searching one of the UK's most important archaeological sites called Vindolanda, an ancient Roman military fort and settlement on Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland, northern England. They unearthed a Lent Christian cup or chalice that was lightly etched with symbols of early Christian iconography. Dating from the 5th century, the chalice was discovered in 14 different fragments, but was still intact enough for researchers to recognize and study the graffiti on it. The lightly etched symbols were unique and diverse. They included not just crosses and ships, but also a smiling figure with a shepherd's crook, kairos, and angels, all of which are well-known symbols of the early church. The chalice also featured letters in Latin, Greek, and potentially Ogham, and the markings were present both inside and out. Because of its unique nature, the Christian cup greatly astonished scientists, who called it Britain's first known example of Christian graffiti on an object. According to Dr. Andrew Burley, director of Vindolanda excavations, it's just remarkable. Nothing in northwestern Europe comes close to this period. The Tomb of Nefertiti. Queen Nefertiti is one of the most significant leaders in Egyptian history. She ruled during 1300 BC and was the wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten, the 10th ruler of Egypt's 18th dynasty. Nefertiti was also the stepmother of Tutankhamun, whose tomb was the only royal burial site found intact in modern times. However, this assumption drastically changed when archaeologists came across a tomb they believed belonged to Queen Nefertiti. The discovery took place when supposedly hidden clues in Tutankhamun's tomb led scientists to another chamber situated nearby. Since 2015, the infamous Queen's tomb has become a subject of attention and controversy, with some archaeologists agreeing that Nefertiti was buried close to her stepson. However, new theories continue to emerge. Valley of the Golden Mummies. This valley is one of Egypt's most infamous burial sites. Located at Baharia Oasis, the western desert of Egypt, the Valley of the Golden Mummies was first discovered in 1996 by renowned Egyptian archaeologist Zahi Hawass and his team. During their initial investigation, they uncovered approximately 108 mummified bodies in 4 tombs that are estimated to be over 2,000 years old. These remnants were called golden mummies because they were adorned in unique gold decorations. Upon further exploration, archaeologists estimated that the cemetery had more than 10,000 mummies. Step Pyramid of Djoser. The Pyramid of Djoser was the very first stone building constructed by the ancient Egyptians. As the name indicates, this historical structure was designed as the tomb of Djoser, an ancient Egyptian pharaoh and the second king of the 3rd dynasty. He was renowned as the son of King Kesekemwe and Queen Nemothop. Besides undertaking the construction of the Step Pyramid, Djoser was also responsible for other stone architecture and innovation during his 19-year rule. However, his 6-tier pyramid, which dates back to the 27th century BC, stands out from dozens of other pyramids and stone structures due to its unique flat roof. The ancient monument was originally covered in polished limestone and stood almost 205 feet high, but several renovations have been conducted since then. Karnak Temple. The Karnak Temple is another captivating discovery from Egypt. First discovered in the 1500s, it's located in Luxor and was previously known as the Temple of Amun. In other words, the temple was initially built for the worship of the god Amun, but later became a sacred place for ancient Egyptians to worship Osiris, Isis, and Ptah as well. Although construction for the Karnak Temple had started around 2000 BC during the reign of Pharaoh Senusret I, later pharaohs added their own influential changes, making Karnak an incredible maze of temples, sanctuaries, and sphinxes. Currently, it sprawls over 2 kilometers or approximately 500 acres. For this reason, it's often regarded as the largest religious site on Earth. Mysterious twin statues. Another crucial discovery from Luxor, the Colossi of Memnon, is made up of 2 mysterious statues of Pharaoh Amenhotep III, who reigned during the 18th Egyptian dynasty. Weighing 720 tons each, the statues have been standing in the Theban necropolis on the western bank of the River Nile since 1350 BC and are built out of blocks of quartzite sandstone. The 18-meter-high historical monument shows the pharaoh himself seated on his throne, while the shorter figures are carved with the imagery of his mother, wife, as well as the Nile god Hapi. During Amenhotep III's rule, the Colossi of Memnon marked the entrance of his mortuary temple, which was supposedly more enormous than any other building in Egypt at the time. Although the distinct pharaoh shape of each statue is still recognizable today, the 2 figures were exposed to considerable damage at the hands of natural disasters over the years, after which Roman engineers reportedly reconstructed some part of the Colossi of Memnon. Before we continue on with this video, do be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon to be notified of our latest content going forward. Alright, now back to the video. A geometric miracle. Cleopatra is one of the most prominent names in Egyptian history. The legendary yet mysterious Greek queen was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt from 51 to 30 BC. For centuries, countless historians and archaeologists have searched for Cleopatra VII's final resting place, and no one has been able to locate her long-lost tomb. However, in late 2022, a tunnel called the Geometric Miracle was discovered, which could finally lead historians to Cleopatra's tomb. This is the perfect place for the tomb of Cleopatra, she said. If there's a 1% chance that the last queen of Egypt could be buried there, it's my duty to search for her. Will Cleopatra's tomb finally be found? Only time will tell. Well guys, that's it for today's video. Meet you in the next one, and until then, take care and bye for now.